A new leader has been selected for the Harrisonburg school system. Today, the Harrisonburg School Board announced the appointment of Dr. Scott Kisner as its new superintendent of schools. The board voted unanimously to approve a 4-year contract effective July 1 with an annual salary of $141,000. Dr. Kisner's selection came after a 3-month search that included more than 20 candidates from Virginia and other states. He is currently serving in his 6th year as a superintendent of the Martinsville City Public Schools, following a 6-year term as superintendent of the Westerly, Rhode Island Public Schools. He will replace the retiring Dr. Don Ford. And joining us now to talk about his appointment is Harrisonburg's new school superintendent, Dr. Scott Kisner. Dr. Scott, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
What attracted you to Harrisonburg?
There were a few very attractive elements. One, it's a great school system. It's a school system that has had terrific leadership. It's a school system in a community that I believe supports public education strongly. I've had a tie to the Shenandoah Valley. I lived 18 years in Winchester. My 3 daughters were born in the Shenandoah Valley. I attended James Madison University for 2 of my degrees, and it just seemed like a perfect fit.
Now, school board member Tim Lacey said that during your tenures as superintendent, you have led both school systems to being recognized as high-performing school districts. Can you elaborate on the improved performance?
Sure. My first superintendency started in 1999 in Westerly, Rhode Island. That's a school system of 7 schools. Their accountability system is somewhat different than Virginia. One of the challenges that I had when I entered there, that only 1 of their 7 schools were meeting the performance requirements for Rhode Island. When I departed in 2005, all 7 schools was able to receive the highest status that Rhode Island gave at that time, which was a high-performing status based on student achievement in the areas of math and reading. Martinsville City is a great school system. It has its unique challenges in a school system with high poverty, high unemployment. When I arrived in January of 2005, out of the 5 schools, only 1 school was accredited. This past year, not only did every school meet accreditation, every school met all the federal AYP benchmarks. We've received significant praise from the governor, Department of Education. Our schools have just done extremely well.
What would you, how did that happen?
I think one of the roles for a superintendent is making sure you put the right people in the right places, and I've been very fortunate to have great teachers, great administrators, a supportive community, people willing to try something different, people willing to commit on taking risks if we thought it was going to help a child be more successful.
Vice Chairman Nick Swain said you have demonstrated exceptional strength in establishing strong ties to a diverse community. Was that at both locations?
Yes. Martinsville has what I would call more economic diversity and more racial diversity. Westerly, Rhode Island had more economic diversity. Martinsville, about 70% of their children are what we call economically disadvantaged, and their diversity minority rate is about 72%.
So how did you establish the strong ties in the diverse community?
I think in every community a superintendent has to be known and has to be trusted, and for that to occur, you have to be willing to communicate, meet with people. I've gone to churches, I've gone to homes, I've gone to different businesses. I make sure my door is open for people. I'm more than willing to work long hours, willing to meet people where they feel more comfortable to meet. And I think trying to address everyone from their perspective, to try to, when somebody comes see me, to try to understand if they're a business person, a parent, if they're a local government official, if they're a minister, what's their motivation.
All right. Newly appointed Harrisonburg School Superintendent, Dr. Scott Kisner, I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you.